So with that, I will pass it on to Bassel to cover off on Middle East.
Thank you, Bhargav. In the EMEA region today, we had one assessed event and 25 other developments. Starting off with the Middle East, we have a couple of interesting developments. In the United Arab Emirates, President Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan yesterday said that the UAE can supply France with diesel oil. This actually comes an announcement after a meeting with the French President Emmanuel Macron in Paris. And this comes at a time where Europe is also grappling with fuel and oil shortages due to the Russian invasion of Ukraine. In Turkey, President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said yesterday that Turkey can still freeze Sweden and Finland's application to the North Alliance Treaty Organization, which is the NATO. This actually comes after the two Nordic countries did not adhere to Turkey's demands. So one of the demands were the extradition of suspects linked to a terrorist organization labeled by Turkey. It's called the Kurdistan Workers' Party. So the back and forth with these applications continue between the NATO and Sweden and Finland's accession, because it still needs to be approved by the parliaments of all 30 NATO members. So this is all from the Middle East today. Over to you, Sitati, to cover on Africa.
Well, thank you, Bhargav and Bassel. Today in Africa, we covered 9 developments, and the big issue is the gas supply deal, which is set to be signed today between Algeria and Italy. And the agreement provides for the supply of an additional 4 billion cubic meters of Algerian gas to Italy this year. And initially, Algeria was set to supply around 20 billion cubic meters of gas to Italy this year. And the deal can be considered under the wider context of the increased worries about Russia further reducing gas supplies across Europe due to the ongoing Russo-Ukrainian conflict. And in addition to this, Italy last year imported 29 billion cubic meters of gas from Russia, compared to 22.5 billion cubic of gas from Algeria. And currently, Algeria exports around 83% of its gas to Europe, which is mostly in Spain and Italy, due to geographical proximity of the two countries to Algeria. And that makes it the third largest supplier of gas in Europe after Russia and Norway. And businesses with operations in Algeria and Italy need to closely monitor the risks and opportunities that could emerge in the wake of the new gas deals as Italy attempts to win itself of Russian gas. That's all from Africa. Over to you, Bassel. Thank you.
Thank you, Sitati. In Europe, we had quite some developments today, around 10 developments. In the UK, there's quite an interesting development where Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister, survived a no confidence vote yesterday. So Prime Minister Boris Johnson's government survived a no confidence vote in the House of Commons by 349 votes to 238. So it was actually called by the government to prevent a similar call from the main opposition party in the country, which is called the Labour Party, because it could have led to snap general elections. So keep also an eye on the elections that's going on in the country after Boris Johnson's resignation as the leader of the Conservative Party, and as well the Prime Minister. 4 candidates advanced to the next round of the elections to become the new leader of the Conservative Party, and then return as well the Prime Minister of the UK. So these candidates are Rishi Sunak, Penny Mordaunt, Liz Truss, and Kemi Badenoch. Yesterday, Tom Tugendhat was disqualified from the elections, and in a quite interesting lead, former Chancellor Rishi Sunak led the polls with 115 votes. So now he led the second round of the elections and the third round of the elections. So businesses should keep an eye on and monitor updates on the political and parliamentary developments in the country. Avoid government buildings and crowded districts, as these current developments could lead actually to protests as the UK grapples with rising inflation and economic issues. Also, refrain from political comments to avoid any reputational risks. So this is all from the EMEA today. Thank you.
Thank you, Bassel. It is interesting to observe how the tax environment evolves in the UK, especially if former Chancellor Rishi Sunak comes into picture as the Prime Minister. He led quite a few interesting policies during the pandemic, such as Eat Out to Help Out or the Follow scheme. Will he actually continue with similar innovation in the tax regime? That's something to be seen. With that, it's a wrap from us. Thank you very much for joining us. We will be able to help you with complex project management and risk management solutions. Please reach out to us at info@apacassistance.com for more information. Thank you.